Be very welcome to our last class of the mini course in Brazilian Portuguese. I'm Adriele, your teacher, and I was missing you because we saw each other on Monday, on Tuesday, and then you had classes with teacher Luigi on Wednesday and on Thursday. And here I am again to meet you and then to have this last class with you. Well, in this class, I'm gonna provide a study structure for you. Okay, so I'll tell you how you can continue studying everything you learned here in this week. So you learned a lot of Portuguese. I'm sure you learned how to conjugate in the present tense, in the past tense, in the future tense, and I'm sure you gained a lot of knowledge and a lot of idioms, expressions, even slang and pronunciation tips. And we also taught you how to study with our method, the bicycle method. And now it's the time that we achieved our finish line in the mini course in Brazilian Portuguese of this short journey we took together this week. And I'm gonna present to you a study structure for you. You have two routes now open for you, you know? So this class is not gonna be long, but I need you to concentrate. I need you to pay attention to every word I say because this class is meant to be a guidance for you to decide what to do with your Portuguese studies from now. Okay? All right. So here we go. I created this presentation for you using this mental map. So then it'll be better to explain. So this is our class 5 finish line and I'm going to present to you a study structure. So you guys, you can study. You have two open routes for you. You can study by yourself or you can study with guidance. Okay? So let's get started by studying by ourselves. Well, that's totally possible. I don't know how you have been studying before the mini course. I even don't know if you were studying Portuguese before this mini course. But anyway, you can do it by yourself. But of course, there are pros, there are cons. Okay? But I'm gonna tell you how you can do it. So let's take a look at the pros first. When we study by ourselves, we can organize our own study routine. We know the time where we can study. We make the days of the week that we can study and the time we can dedicate. For example, I'm studying Spanish all by my own because I'm a linguist. I am a language scientist and I have a method that we developed in our school. So I use the method, the bicycle method that we presented to you in the first class of this mini course. And I use that to study other languages. One of them that I'm doing right now is Spanish. So I can organize the time I will study. I organize my own study routine. And I have to select the content to study. So I can select the content that interested me more. Nowadays, the thing that most interests me, that's most interesting for me are child's education. So because I have a young child, I have a little daughter, and I want to learn more how to help her to develop in this world. And also entrepreneurship. Yeah, because I am an entrepreneur, I have my own company, and I wanted to grow my company and know what to do, what should I do when I'm doing business. So then I study Spanish. I study those things in Spanish, you know, because then I am, in Portuguese we have a saying, estou matando dois coelhos com uma cajadada só. Like I'm killing two rabbits with one, I don't know how to say cajadada, one hit. Yeah, one single hit. But anyway, you can do whatever, you can study Portuguese with the content that is more interesting for you. I don't know what you prefer, I don't know what your interests are, but anyway, you can do that. That's a great pro. And you have more flexibility regarding to your time, regarding to the content, regarding to the organization, and even, for example, you decided, because if you want to learn faster, you can do it. If you just need to dedicate more time, you know? And if you and if you want to take longer, if you don't have, if you're not in a rush, if you don't want have to learn Portuguese for any specific goal that is coming soon, you can take more time, you know. And for example, I am very flexible with my studies of Spanish because it's not a short goal. And then I dedicate around 30 minutes per day. That's all I have right now. And that's what I do. So that's a pro. Those are the pros of studying by yourself. But there are many cons because you have to spend time selecting materials to study. I spend a lot of time trying to find things that will be interesting for me and that will be helpful and that will be related to my level in Spanish. You need to have more discipline and organization, right? Because you will be doing all the job. It takes more time and effort because you have to dedicate some effort in finding content, in organizing how you're going to study that content, what you're going to study each day or each week, you know? You don't have people to interact with. That's my problem because I know I could say a few sentences in Spanish, but I don't have people to practice with. And you don't have a teacher to check on you from time to time. That's happening to me now. Probably I will need a teacher and I will need to find a group of people to speak soon. But I just use that as a start, you know, because I don't have much, it's not a big goal in my life learning Spanish. So that's why I'm doing that way, you know. I don't know what Portuguese is for you. If it's a important thing, you need to consider those cons on studying by yourself. If not, you can think about it, okay? So how to study by yourself? First, you can apply the bicycle method that we taught you in the first class. Of course, we gave you the structure of our method and the steps that you can follow to learning Portuguese with our exclusive method. We deliver that for free in this mini course in Brazilian Portuguese. But you need to remember the 8 steps of the method. And for that, you probably need the content we shared in the WhatsApp group, the PDF file, and you also need to remember the class and the explanations. You need to find and select audios in Portuguese for your level. Your level, not my level. Your level. You need to find the transcripts or subtitles of the selected audios. If you're studying with a video, for example, you need subtitles or the transcript. You need to translate each text by yourself. You need to research grammatical explanations. If you have any question about a structure, you probably need a grammar explanation. So you need to research that or use a grammar book, which is not so good. You have to research idioms and slang explanations. Yeah. And you have to research pronunciations and accent explanations. So each accent that we have in Brazil, because we have many different accents, and you need someone to explain that to you, or video or text. And then you're going to spend a lot of time trying to find all that and doing that by yourself. Or you can study with our free content available online. So we have videos on our YouTube channel that helps a lot. We have a podcast that we speak only Portuguese. And we also have our Instagram account with daily tips, which is great too. So if your goal of learning Portuguese is a long-term goal, you can do that by yourself, right? But if you have that as a more short goal, something that we really need to achieve, speak Portuguese with confidence, with fluency, knowing how to communicate in the language, it's better if you do it with guidance. That's the other way. But also there are pros and cons. So let's see the pros. The only organization you need is regarding to your time management. So you just need to organize which time you're going to study because everything will be delivered to you. It'll be ready for you when you have guidance, when you have a teacher, when you have a course. You only have to show up and dedicate yourself. When we are studying with a teacher, with a course, with anything, you just need to show up. Don't need anything else, any other preoccupation. It can take less time and less effort, of course. You have a teacher to guide you and to give you feedback on your learning, and that's great. That's amazing. You have people who you can interact with and practice speaking. Because if you have a group of people, they are also learning. If you're in a course, for example, in a community, then you have people to share your achievements, to share your questions, and they will help you, and then you can schedule meetings, or the course will provide a meeting for you to practice with other people. That's important thing to consider. But we have a few cons, because you need to separate the time to study, so you need to organize your routine. If you're doing that in a, for example, in-person course, you need to go to the course, drive, go back home. If you're doing an online course, you need to separate some time to join a group conversation class in a video call, for example. If you're doing that, if the course offers that. And you need a computer or a cell phone or an iPad, any other resource like that you can connect to internet. You need internet connection. And most of the time you have to spend some money, because you're gonna have to pay the course, the teacher, the private lessons, I don't know. So there are these cons. Of course there are cons. Everything in life have pros and cons. But I advise you, if you are someone that really want to learn Portuguese, to communicate with your family, with your partner's family, if you have people in your family that speak Brazilian Portuguese, or if you're planning a trip to Brazil, I would advise you to go with guidance, because that will accelerate the process for you and will provide a resource, a structure that will help you to effectively learn the language. Great. So how we study with guidance? There are a few ways. So there are private lessons that you could book, and we offer that in our schools. If you have interest in that, just contact us. You also apply the bicycle method when we study with guidance with us. I'm saying with us, for example. But differently from the way you apply the bicycle method by yourself, we have classes explaining how to properly study with the method. You don't need to remember that by yourself. We'll constantly remind you how to apply each step. You don't need to download the PDF of this mini course or remember the classes. And I need to remind you that the mini course in Brazilian Portuguese classes are only available to you until Sunday. On Sunday, the access will be blocked and you won't be able to watch the classes anymore, unfortunately. That's the goal, and that's what we said in the beginning of this course. Each class of our full program, for example, bring audios and transcripts already selected for you. We explain the meaning of expressions, idioms, slang. We teach pronunciation in detail, so you know how to pronounce each thing, the particularities of the language, the way of different people in different regions in Brazil pronounce things. So we also translate sentence by sentence so you can understand the text if you're just starting with the language. We provide grammar explanations, so we have classes explaining grammar in context, not out of context. We also teach a lot about Brazilian culture, which helps if you're new to our culture, if you're traveling to Brazil for a few first times, and how to communicate with Brazilians effectively. How to understand with Brazilians. And to learn with the bicycle method, with all that, we offer you the Talk to Brazil full program, which is our full course. In this full program, I'm going to explain now what does it offer for you. So we have 24 modules and 14 lessons in each module. So it gives you around 322 video lessons. We also offer a student support, so you can contact our support team about your questions, about any difficulty you have, about questions regarding to the language itself or the platform. You have access to the Yappers community. The Yappers community is a place where our students connect. So we have students that became friends. We have students that lives in the same city, in the same country, that they got together. You know, they met and they went somewhere together to practice Portuguese, or they meet online. And we also met a few students in Brazil already. Once in Rio, once in São Paulo. They were here in Brazil and we met, and that was amazing because we could all speak Portuguese, practice together, get to know each other a little better, and that's always a great experience even for us. And we're planning our first immersion to happen this year, so our first in-person immersion only for students of our full program. So that will be in Rio, and we call it Brazil Experience Rio Edition. Maybe if you become a student in this new class, maybe you have the opportunity to meet with us too. We also provide a 15 days guarantee, 2 years of granted access normally, and mobile and desktop access to the course platform. But enrolling in our new class the next week, you will also get as bonuses participation in up to 3 weekly group conversation classes for 2 years. It's not only one, it's 3. You have the opportunity of joining a group class every week. It's a bonus. It's not part of our main program. The main program are the video lessons, the pre-recorded video lessons. So you can study by yourself with guidance. Yeah, we provide the best of the both worlds. You can organize your own study routine, the time you're gonna study, but you have our help to apply the bicycle method and effectively learning the language. And as a bonus, we provide you these live meetings 3 times a week, so you can meet with one of our teachers and other students to practice speaking, conversation in Portuguese. And in the beginning of each month, we send the schedule of the month with the time in which that each class will happen that month. Okay, so we change that monthly because then we have students from all over the planet. Right now we have a little bit more of 500 students, so it's a lot of people to accommodate, and then we have to create different times to accommodate all time zones, you know. As a bonus, you're also gonna receive a package with 12 one-on-one sections with one of our teachers. So 12 individual lessons with a Brazilian teacher. That's great, only you and the teacher. And you can schedule according to your availability and the teacher availability. We have our website where you can book the available time. And instead of giving you 2 years of granted access, we'll give you lifetime access to the course platform. Yes, so this time enrolling next week, starting on Sunday, you will receive lifetime access to the course platform. Okay, so these are the bonus you're gonna receive to participate in this new class, to join this new class. Okay, so now you may be wondering how much money you have to invest to have access to all that I already told you about. So let's follow with me this logic here. We did a research, and an in-person course in Brazil nowadays, 1 week, 40 hours a week. A course like that costs $700 American dollars. Our program has more than 150 hours of video lessons, and that it's not less than $2,100. You can make the math here, and you're gonna achieve a number close to that. We also offered you, as we said, a bonus of 12 one-on-one sections. Each class costs in our website, if you go there, private lesson, school.yesportuguese/private -lessons, you're gonna see that each class costs $35 American dollars. So 12 would be something like $420 American dollars. 3 weekly classes every week for 2 years. then you're gonna have 288 classes. You would pay for that $4,320. So if you add everything of that, the price of our full program could easily be more than $6,000. But it's too much. Don't you agree? It's too much. Although you're gonna receive lifetime access, so you could easily charge that. But that's not our intention. We want to help you. We want to help you to achieve your goal of speaking Portuguese. Okay, we want you with us. We want you as our student. So the real price for everything that I mentioned is only $597. Okay, so for only $597, you're gonna receive more than 150 hours of video lessons, 12 one-on-one sections, 3 weekly classes every week for 2 years. So if you divide that, it's something like you're gonna receive lifetime access. But if you would have that for 24 months, you would be paying $24 per month to have access to all of that, to study Portuguese with us. But we are giving you lifetime access, so I can even calculate how much you'd be paying per month. But if you want more, if you divide that for a week, you'd be paying $6 a week. It's too low to have access to all of that. I know that because, guys, I was looking for a course to study Spanish and I couldn't find something as good as we offer. And I'm not saying that because it's my course. I'm saying that as a language researcher, a language teacher, and a language student. There's nothing in online like we offer, as good as we offer here, that would really help me. You understand that? And not for that price, you know? So what to do now? What should you do now? You should join the pre-enrollment WhatsApp group. There is a button below this video that you should click. On Saturday, we will have a time, open the group so you can chat and you have the opportunity to ask other questions about the full program that may pop in your mind. And I will ask you to wait until Sunday and enroll. And now what you have to do is, if you're decided that you want to join us in this course with this amazing deal that we are doing only for this class, only for people enrolling on Sunday, you should comment below, I'm gonna be a Yapper. Yapper is how we call our students in our community. So comment below, I'm gonna be a Yapper. I wanna see that. All right, so I hope that now you can decide by yourself which route is better for you. Study by yourself, study with guidance with Yes Portuguese School in the Talk to Brazil full program. And when you decide, we'll be waiting for you to start this amazing journey, to continue this amazing journey of learning Portuguese with you. All right? I hope you had a great week. I hope you had fun and you learned a lot. And I hope to see you in the pre-enrollment group to talk to us on Saturday and enrolling to our next class. It's the class 23 on Sunday. Thank you very much. Muito obrigada. It was amazing for us to have you with us during this week. E até logo. Tchau, tchau.